This is what we are about to make right now. It's a chocolate Bûche de Noël to celebrate your holidays with meringue mushroom. So now we're going to make a whipped cream or creme chantilly with almond extract for the chocolate roulade. And we're going to fold cranberry orange sauce just to give a little color and acidity to the filling. I'm going to put my cream in the mixer. Then I'm going to put powdered sugar, and this, you usually don't want this to be too sweet, but again, look for the recipe in the description of the YouTube and you'll find everything that you need. I'm going to start whipping this. You have to make sure your cream is really cold, that your bowl is cold, and the whisk is also cold. With a little bit almond extract. You can also use vanilla extract. You're going to whip it until it's soft cheese. We will whip this until it's stiff, but you don't want to do it right from the beginning, because then you will risk over whipping it. So soft piece is soft because we have to taste to see if this is right. Then we can use a little more powdered sugar, a little more extract. You always have to taste. And then I can use the manual one because it's not going to take much to whip this. Still can put a little more. Right. So I'm gonna leave it there, and then I'll finish it right before I need it. I think this is a good consistency. If you over whip it, it's going to break on you, and you're going to end up with butter and buttermilk. And you're going to keep this in your fridge until it's ready to use. I think this is good. So now I'm going to fold very lightly, and that's it. You keep folding, you're going to end up with pink whipped cream. That's it. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. Okay? Okay, so here we have the sponge cake that is ready. It's cooled down. And it has a little bump in here, so I just want to trim it and I did already a little. I don't want the cake to be too thick because it won't roll easily. And I trim the edges. You can trim a little on this side, but this will be in the bottom so you don't see it. I think it's a little thick in here, so I'm going to cut a little more in here. And these are all little crumbs that you can use to taste. You can dry these crumbs and use it to decorate your cake, or put it over the cookies that you were going to be baking, whenever you want. And this is a very moist cake, but if you want, you can make some simple syrup, which is water and sugar. You boil it until it's dissolved, and you can flavor the simple syrup. I put a little almond extract. You can put amaretto, rum, and then just soak it lightly. You can use this alcohol straight from the bottle, which I usually do. Instead of simple syrup, you just dose this with alcohol, rum marnier, rum, coconut rum. If you want it a little less sweet, I think that's good. So then we're going to take the cream, and I folded cranberry, but you can fold anything you want in here. You can fold ganache, you can put chestnuts, you can do another kind of filling. Could be just chocolate ganache, but I think chocolate and cream, it goes really nicely together. So I'm going to put this in here. Don't take it all the way to the edge, because when you roll it, it would push itself to the edge. Okay, and then using the paper, I'm going to start rolling this. You go all the way around, and you can put it in the refrigerator so it sets a little before you continue. Okay, so here we have our soon to be a Bûche de Noël. We have the roulade. I'm going to take the ganache, and you want to make sure you let the ganache set until it's like spreadable consistency, right? Like peanut butter. So it's easier for you to put on your cake. I'm going to use an offset very carefully. I'm going to start spreading this over it. And we're making a Bûche de Noël, so part of the beauty of a Bûche de Noël is that it looks rustic. So, I mean, if you want to pipe it with a star tip, you can do that. I just like the way it looks. Once you put this and use a fork to make the design, it looks really nice. I'm just covering it. I'm not decorating yet. Just want to make sure it's all covered with chocolate ganache. All the way to the edge. And this will taste even better the next day once the cream inside is nice and set. And the cake had absorbed some of the moisture from the cream. You can also fill it up with buttercream. It's very rich with buttercream, but I like it like this. You can eat a lot. I don't feel so guilty. I think I need some more on this side. Because then, what you do with your fork is that you decorate this. You do lines. I'm trying to imitate the bark. And the point is not to be symmetrical, just go at it. You can do a couple of knots, you know, like real wood has knots. And then we're going to try to cut one piece from each side so we can fit this. You can use it just like that on a large tray, but we're going to fit it on a smaller tray, so I'm going to cut on an angle, because this is the time where you can, usually the edges are not completely filled like this one, so you can cut it carefully on an angle. And then I'm going to cut another on this side. Put this one right here, so it looks like a branch with a piece of wood, and then you take some of the other ganache and cover this side. Could you see the sides exposed? Fork. Make sure we also have texture on this side. So as you can see, it's really easy, and you don't have to really fuss a lot, because just the fork does the work for you. Okay, so then here we have our Bûche de Noël that is about to be finished. Now you have to do your decorations, and you can take some of the ganache, you put it on a pastry bag or a little cornet, and then you just decorate this in circles so it looks like the. So you see that? And of course you have a lot of, you can make little knots in the wood, and then you take your mushrooms. Some of the mushroom without stems, you just stick them to the wood, like the way mushrooms grow on a trunk. And then some of the other mushrooms you can put on this. Sometimes they look nice when you put them on the edge. Just like that. Put this right in here. Put an acorn in here. Now, just so you know, the mushrooms you need to put only at the end, just when you're about to put this on the table, because the moisture from the ganache is going to get into the meringue. It's going to make it soft. So you want to make sure that you put a little snowman here. tiny little mushrooms growing in this wood. It's about aesthetic, right? So you put it where you think it's going to look pretty. Then you can also add some green to this. Get some rosemary. Don't use pine, this is rosemary. It's edible. And you can just use it like this, but if you want, you can take some egg white. You brush it on your rosemary, right? Cover it with sugar. It looks like this is snow. You can put it wherever you want. As big or as small as you like. Right? You don't want to overdo it. So a couple here, a couple there, that's plenty. Now, this is it. But if you want to go the extra mile, gold leaf, and this is real gold, 24 karat gold, because the only gold you can eat is the real stuff. And very carefully, it's coming in leaves, as you can see here, right? That makes it look so pretty. Go here, go there. And here you have your chocolate Bûche de Noël to celebrate your holidays. Thank you. Remember to look for the recipes in the YouTube. They're all typed in there for your enjoyment. And if you're not a member, make sure you become one. Thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent.
That was so pretty.
It's beautiful. You're going to hold it. I'm going to do a picture for the, just to have it.
For the beginning, this is what we're doing today.
Exactly. You're actually going to say, just go, say it.
Say.
This is what we're about to do.
This is